Hey guys, Adrian Morrison here, and in this video I want to walk you through setting up a Shopify account and choosing your store name. So this is where, believe it or not, a lot of people really get stumped because for whatever reason, one of the hardest parts of starting a business is choosing what you want to name that business. And your name is actually quite important because it's what's going to represent your brand. And one great thing about e-commerce is you have the ability to build a massive brand after and while you are watching this course and learning how to do this stuff. You are building a brand that you can one day sell and you can one day leverage. So I want you to keep that in mind when you're naming your Shopify store, okay? So you want it to be something that's short, sweet, and catchy, and of course something that represents whatever it may be that you're offering, okay? But keep in mind, this is your brand, okay? You should be proud of the name that you choose for your store. And brand names also have what I call perceived value, okay? Perceived value. Now, perceived value is something that can really make or break price points on products and if a customer feels like they're getting a quality product or not. Just something nice, something that sounds nice and high quality or that's short and sweet just sounds more legit than some weird one-off name like My Cool Store. You know, that doesn't sound like a good brand. So you want to come up with a decent name that you can use and that you can be proud of. So I spent, believe it or not, a couple days trying to figure out what I wanted to call my first store. And I wanted to use something that was generic, something that could give me the ability to diversify what I sold on my store, so I wasn't always locked into selling something for one specific niche. So my recommendation is in your store, try something that is more generic but that sounds nice, okay? So let's go to Shopify right now. So I'm going to exit the PowerPoint and we're just going to come over here to Shopify. Now remember, if you go through shopifydiscount.com, you save 10% monthly on your plan, and I recommend the Pro and Unlimited plans, and it also gives you a 30-day free trial. When you hit start your free trial, you'll put in your email address, your password that you want to choose, and this is where you name your store, okay? So right out of the gate, you've got to put something in there that's going to represent your brand. Now, should you change your mind in the future, you can always change the domain name of your store, all right? So, but you can only change the domain name. You can't go in and change your Shopify account name, okay? So just make sure that whatever you put in here is something that you do want to stick with, all right? So you'd put in your email address, your password, and your store name. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to walk through setting up an account, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to put my email address, create a password, and we're going to come up with a store name, and we're going to hit create store, and I'm going to show you how it all works. Okay, so I've entered in my name and password, or actually my email address and my password. Now, if you're having trouble coming up with an idea for a store name, I know that everything I just said may have gotten in your head a little bit, so you want to make sure that you do something cool, but you're not very creative. Don't worry, because I'm not very creative either. But if you go to this website right here, it's called coolnameideas.com. So coolnameideas.com. It could really help you. So if you come over here and you just answer a couple questions, let me just zoom in on everything. What type of business are you naming? I'm going to come down here and say an e-commerce. What benefits does it give the customer? You know, some of these may not even apply to what you're doing. So maybe you could say budget. What style of business are you naming? So pick a style that kind of you want to use to represent your brand. So you might come in here and say that this is edgy and it's different. Then up here, you put a couple of words that describe it. So we could put something like epic, epic and gear, and we could also put shop, because these are all keywords that we might want in a business name. So we're going to hit generate domains, and it's going to start brainstorming for you basically. Okay, so it's starting to generate some names for me, and you can kind of see here as it goes down. So it can give you some pretty cool names. So like Box Epic, let's see what else we see in here. Sky Epic. I wouldn't choose Gear Bad. But you'll see here that it gives you a good bit of options. And I mean, it may not give you the best names in the world, but it can certainly get your gear spinning for you a little bit. So play around with this and you might find something that's pretty cool, like Flip Epic, I think is kind of cool. Epic Stop, I think is pretty cool if you want epic in your name. And yeah, so let's just choose one of these and see if it's available on Shopify. So let's see. I liked one. Actually, I liked one of the first ones it came up with. Gear Gap. That sounds kind of cool, actually. Gear Gap. You know what? Let's go with Gear Gap and see if that's available. So once you think of something, you come back over here to Shopify and you would type it in. So we're going to call this the Gear Gap. All right, and it says that's available. And I'm going to hit Create Store. And it's going to say sit tight. We're creating your store. This just takes a few moments. And now success. Now they're going to want you to just go ahead and put in a couple of little fields of information. I'm going to go ahead and fill this in real quick with my name, my address, then of course we've got my city, and we've got state, my zip code, and phone number. We'll go ahead and toss that in there. All right, so once you've put this information in, hit next. Now, once you've put that information in, they're gonna ask you to tell a little bit about yourself. This doesn't even, honestly, it doesn't matter what you put in here. But I'm gonna say, it doesn't matter. I can just put, I'm just playing around. How much revenue does your business currently make? Once again, this doesn't matter. Mine does $1 million plus a year, so that's what I'm going to put in. And then I'm going to hit enter my store, and boom, that's it. We're in. We've successfully signed up for a Shopify store, and now my store is called Gear Gap, and you're going to see that down here at the bottom left. And now we can go through and we can start setting up our store. All right, so that's all you have to do to get started and sign up. Now, of course, there are a couple of other things that you need to do in here. They give you a little checklist of things that you need to start going through to complete the setup, but we're going to do those in a different video. Here, I just wanted to show you how easy it is to sign up and start a Shopify store. You can literally do this in less than 15 minutes and have an entire store online with at least one product in it. But more importantly, think of a decent name for your store to represent your brand, because you're here for the long run, right? You're here for the long run, and you want to create a nice brand with very high perceived value. So that's it. Go ahead to the next video, and I'll see you there.